Hello, welcome finally to a journal with me. Kinda, not really though, because I'm gonna show you guys my planners and what I'm doing in my planners / my Hobonichi weeks. Is this Hobonichi weeks? Yes, right? I haven't called it that in months now, but I just call it my Hobonichi. So I have a daily planner. Blah blah blah. Wait, I need to address something before I get into it. Also, I'm a little bit sleep deprived right now, so bear with me. In my planner, I have written down Rocky's birthday as June 4th. I don't know what the hell was wrong with me. I don't know why I did that. I did it way before this time when I filmed this. You'll see it was already previously written in. I don't know what the heck. I always feel like there's something like important happening on June 4th for some reason, but literally there's nothing going on in June 4th. So anyways, I don't know why the heck I wrote. Rocky's birthday is June 10th, okay? Follow Rocky on Instagram and you can tell him happy birthday there, and I will tell him that you guys said happy birthday, okay? I don't know yet what I'm going to do for Rocky's birthday this year. I asked you guys for questions in February. I had to go scroll back through my Instagram story archives to find when I asked you guys for journaling questions, and I literally scrolling. Where the heck are these questions? Oh, finally, it was in February. It's May now. What the heck? So I'm going to answer a few of them while I do some journaling here, and I will be covering some of the questions cover what I'm journaling at present. So the first one is, this one's a little bit out of context, but I'll give it. Okay, where do you get your stickers? I just made a post on Patreon where I went through all of my supplies and took pictures of all of it and how I store all of it, and then I detailed where everything is from as much as I could. So go join my Patreon. For the second and third tier, have access to that. I think I'm gonna do a rebrand in a way of my Patreon, because I'm just gonna get rid of that first tier because it's working as a tip jar, and who cares about the Patreon? But the short answer is that I get a lot nowadays. I get a lot of my stickers and things from shop.mochithings.com or something. That's where I get a lot of my stickers. I really like that. They have the best like sparkly stickers, and I use that for a lot of adornments in my journaling and planner things. So that's a good place. I almost want to feel like it's overpriced, but I think that's just because I'm used to really cheap prices from like very like mass produced stuff. Okay, stutter a little harder. But yeah, that's number one where I get my stickers nowadays, but also Etsy shops. I just kind of go through Etsy, but I haven't done that since last year. I need to go do that sometime soon. Okay, so that was just a promo on my Patreon, that question. And yeah, next question: how many notebooks / journals do you keep up with at one time? And then I'm gonna mix it with this other question: how is your weeks going? And then another question: how do you use your Hobonichi weeks? And then wait, I missed the second half of the question of the second one. Do you still do your other type of journaling? So here's the journaling sitch right now. I have mostly been focusing on my Hobonichi weeks. The way that I use it is not as a planner like most people use it. I use it as almost a diary, but not really. Okay, it's more of a daily account, because the past few years I have realized I have a very bad short-term memory. I have a very good long-term memory. I will bring up random things from the past, like very often, just be like, I was thinking about that last month, and they're the most obscure thing. So with this is kind of a way to make me remember what I've been doing like last week, because I literally couldn't tell you what I did last week. So it's nice to like have like a little space so I don't feel pressured to have to write a lot about the day. Back when I was really young, I used to try and do a daily entry in my diary, but that wasn't working. That never worked for me, and that's why when I started doing the journaling that you guys originally know me doing, it was kind of like a whenever I felt like doing it. It wasn't an everyday kind of thing. It wasn't even necessarily an every week kind of thing. But this, I was surprised that I adjusted so easily to doing it almost every day. Sometimes I don't do it every day, and then I'm sitting here trying to remember what I did the day before. But yeah, I really like doing that. And then on the right page of the spread, I just do a little collage of the things from the week, like little scraps, like receipts and Starbucks, the little sticker they put on your drink. And then this week, you'll see at the very end of the video, I had gotten new freaking stamps from USPS, and I was like, they had an endangered one, and I don't know, it just looks so nice. It was like kind of shiny, and also like matte and shiny. And there was a freaking marmot, the best angle of a marmot, like bless whoever approved this stamp. Like, oh. So I had to put that in here this week. But yeah, so that's kind of what I do in my journal. In my Hobonichi weeks is how I use it. I don't really want to use it for a planner. It's too small for a planner. I write very big, which you would think like, oh, you write big, so like wouldn't you like your everyday writing want to be big? But whatever, it's fine that way. But with a planner kind of thing where I have to like quickly jot down things and I'm not necessarily trying to make it look good, I put it in my planner, which is a separate notebook. This one I got from Mochi Things. I used to hate planners that were like all the months in the beginning and then the weeks following. I used to be a month, weeks kind of gal, but I accidentally got this one this year, and honestly, it's been okay. Like, I've found a way, or I've adjusted rather, to having all the months in the front, so it's okay. I'm surviving. I'm coping. That's a good thing though, because it broadens my my horizons, broadens my variety of planners that I can get next year. So that's exciting, because then now I know that it won't be a wasted money because I could do it this year. So maybe I'll like get a nicer planner next year. This is a nice planner. Why am I saying that? But yeah, so the other journaling that I do, I do too much journaling. I have so many notebooks. The journaling that you guys know from me, which is like, I don't like to call it anything, and people love to be like, oh, it's this kind of journaling, and I'm like, it's really not, because that kind of journaling is something else. Like, I can assure you it is something else. Like, it has a different vibe. Like, was it like smash booking? I think that's one of those terminology where that is such a like specific aesthetic that you can't call what I do smash book. I don't know, whatever. I just call it journaling. It used to be, I used to do a lot of K-pop pages, but now I feel like it's very repetitive if I keep doing that, and I don't necessarily want to be doing that all the time. And then I just want to make aesthetic pages, but I feel like I need to do a quote, and so I get into the spiral of like, and not to say I don't like K-pop anymore. I love K-pop still, and I still want to journal about that, but I'm not journaling at the frequency that I used to about K-pop. Anyways, this journal, I started getting into the spiral of like, oh, like I just want to do an aesthetic page, but like, no, I need a quote, or like I need like a topic for this page, but I wouldn't have something like that. And so I was recently, I barely journaled at all in April, and not at all in May. We're at the end of May. We're at end of May right now, and I haven't journaled for May until this morning. I was like, I'll just do what is that car? I just journaled this morning, and I was like, I'm just gonna do like a couple pages about some of the things that, like, some favorites from this May. And it was nice that I had my Hobonichi to refer to be like, wait, what did I even do in May? And then I could see with my little collage pages, like that I went to a ceramics sale, and I watched A Small Light, the show. Very good. It's on Disney Plus and made by like Nat Geo. So good. I met Arf Kwong this month. The music that I was listening to this month, I watched finally Bones and All, because it's on streaming service. So, yeah. So I'm trying to get back into the journaling and, you know, I always say that, like, oh, I'm going to get back to it, but I'm not trying to push. I'll figure it out. We're in the middle of a process right now, so anyways, that's what I'm doing with my journaling. And yeah, I keep focus mostly on my Hobonichi right now, which is making me happy, so I don't feel too, like, bad that I'm not journaling my other journals that much. But yeah, I also do my reading journal, but that's per book that I read is when I update it, so it's not, and usually I'm excited to update it, so yeah. What else? Another question? Any prompts for mental health, but I don't know about the mental health bit, but this question got me thinking about prompts, and so I just wanted to say, like, I don't do prompts. Something, you know how the girlies do, like, journal, like, diary kind of journaling where they, like, write down their thoughts and do prompts like that. I just can't do that. You know, within the same vein of, like, mental health and things, I don't necessarily like to write down negative things. Not because, like, you know, like, I do it in my Hobonichi weeks, but I don't want to dwell on it for too long, because I had a, like, journal diary for many years. In my, like, teenage years, my voice break, and it just was not healthy in the end. I got to one year where I was like, a lot of the things in this book are just super depressing, and, like, a time when I was super unhealthy mentally, and I just don't want this to exist in the world. Like, I don't feel like I need to go back on this, and, you know, it's so valid that people need to, like, get it out, and, you know, to each his own. But I'm saying that I feel like it was just like a festering little moldy thing, and I just didn't want that to exist. And the fact that it was just like all of this stuff that I knew was in there, it just was not nice. So I moved on to another journal, and then I stopped journaling like that, like diary kind of format. So yeah. And I also am not a very big writer, so I can't, like, write for long periods of time. So, like, having a prompt, like, to, like, write paragraphs on, it's not really my vibe. So, yeah. Moving on, let's move on to a little bit of a different vibe. Kind of, still about journaling, obviously. When doing a layout, do you picture it in your head first? Sometimes, not necessarily my Hobonichi, but, you know, my regular journal. A lot of the times I used to envision out, especially if I'm printing out pictures, I kind of have to envision what I imagine the page will look like, because I need to figure out how big the pictures should be. And people have asked me about, like, or demanded of me to do virtual journaling. Leave me alone. I need the tactile. Stop trying to stunt me. This is not how I work. Yes, like, it's valuable for some people, and some people can, like, do digitally, and, you know, I do digital art sometimes, so, like, obviously I use things digitally. Okay, we're getting off topic. I'm so sleep deprived. So anyways, I print out pictures on my crappy little printer. No, I didn't say you were crappy. I love you. Please keep working. You're great. I always print on sticker paper, because that's so convenient. I don't have to use as much glue. And then I can just recycle the other paper that comes off the back of it, you know? Can I recycle that? Have I been collecting them for nothing? I should Google that and stop hoarding this. Anyways, sometimes I picture out in my head. Sometimes I just go with the flow and see what materials I have. That's a big part. People are like, how do you have motivation or inspiration for pages? Sometimes it really is just the supplies that I have, and I was always a very big person of, like, oh, you don't need to have a bunch of different supplies to journal with. But, you know, honestly, sometimes for me, I just need to be inspired by the things that I have, and, you know, work with it and make a page just purely from the inspiration of, like, stickers that I have. So nice segue. Washi tape versus stickers. If you had to pick, stickers all the way. There's so much variety of stickers. Stickers are great. Washi tape, I can make a washi tape sticker, you know. anyways, I prefer stickers, and I love like all the little sparkles of stickers. Like the sticker I use most is like little sparkles and stars. I love. It's just perfect, like adornment, like perfect little finishing. You know how when you finish a painting, you add, or when you finish, but you're getting to the end of a painting, you add little highlights, and it really just seals off the whole thing. That's what the little sparkle stars are for. So I love stickers. So good. Anyways, benefit of using tweezers. So the very pointy little tweezers are perfect. At first I was like, oh, I don't need tweezers. Like, I don't care about the oils of my fingers getting on the back of the sticker. Like, whatever. But it's not even about that, using tweezers for that. It's the benefit of tweezers is so that you can, it's like the skinny little pointy ones, is so that you can put the sticker on the very end, and then you can kind of move it around the page without actually sticking it on. And then, you know, and then also when you're placing it down, you want to be very precise. The tweezers help so much. And like, I've seen people struggling with their fingers to place a sticker properly, and it's just not working. You just need a tweezers. It's great. So that is my pitch for the tweezers. And then the last question I'll go for now, if you want to leave any questions for the next time, but I'll also be answering from that Instagram archive question. But feel free to leave questions down below. I'll check them before I do my next one. Hopefully I'll be doing the next one. You know how I am, though. Do you watch TV/movie, or where was the slash? Why did I say oh, because there's a slash down below. Dyslexia. Do you watch TV, movies, YouTube, or listen to music/audiobook while you journal? Yeah. Whatever I'm currently listening to, watching at that time, that's what I'm journaling. When I was doing this page, I was randomly just listening to the beginning of The Hunger Games, because I like to do that periodically. Just have a nice little reread. And then this morning when I was journaling, I decided to rewatch Bridgerton, and then I was like, you know what, I'm journaling about a small light right now, so I'm going to rewatch the first couple episodes while I'm doing this page, you know, just to get the vibes. Literally anything. Not music so much, because I don't just like sit and listen to music a lot, because I find that a bit boring. Like, I'm not a big music gal, but at the same time, like, I have a very wide music taste. And recently I've been getting more into music again, so I don't know. If I'm writing words, I can't have like a movie or an audiobook on, or YouTube. I put on music for that. So like I said, I was recently listening to, because somebody commented somewhere that I would like the Last of Us soundtrack. So I was listening to that while I was Hobonichi, like, daily writing the other day. So thank you for that recommendation. I was having very pleasant vibes. So that's it for now. That's what I've been up to with my journals and things. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope I continue doing this. Yeah. Thanks for harassing me for the past couple years, being like, where are the journal with Mace? You guys weren't that mean sounding. You were like, please for more, sir. Can I have more bread? Okay. I'm gonna go to sleep now. Goodbye.